Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. This is Oksana speaking. So earlier this week I went on Instagram and I actually asked who would be interested in seeing a cook with me video, because I have been slowly taking videos of the food that I've been making over the past month. So let's just jump into it. I have a lot of recipes to show you and they're all going to be moving pretty quick. So as you can see, I have those peppers lined up and I'm pretty sure you have a good idea of what's for dinner. Quick disclaimer before I move on, I wanted to let you know if there's any recipes out there that are using from a website or from a particular person, I will put the link down or say their name of who they're from. Now I'm going to stop rambling and plug in some music so you guys can enjoy the video to the fullest. And if there is anything that I feel I need to share, I will definitely pop back on and let you know. Is portioning off some chicken for himself. He's actually hitting the road for a week or so, so he will be taking this with him. This recipe, I got the idea of it from natashakitchen.com website. So she just cooks the potatoes, adds a little bit of heavy cream and some dill with some seasoning. Turns out delicious every time. And it's a very quick meal to make. So the most important key factor here is once you put in the garlic, oops, sorry about that. That must have been my child on the floor. Once you put in the garlic and you can smell the garlic within 10 seconds, add the heavy cream so that garlic does not have the chance to burn. To check the doneness of the potato, just go ahead and pierce it with a fork or a knife. And if it goes in easily, you will know that the potato is fully cooked. So as I mentioned before, Andre was planning to leave on his trip. So this is pretty much the foods that I have packed for him. My goal is to make sure he has enough food for 3 days. This is his snacks and his morning coffee treats. Okay, moving along, I'm going to blur this part out just because not everybody likes to see a picture or a video of raw meat right in your face. This is going to be made into a bouillon from pork. So into the stir fry, I am just adding a bunch of seasoning. Really, I just use my favorite. There is no preference to it. I always do the salt, the pepper, the cayenne pepper. A friend of mine actually gave me the tip about the cayenne pepper. Said it adds a lot of flavors, and I do tend to agree. Now here's all the bones. It's actually pork. My husband brought home a freshly killed pig, so I'm trying to use up all this meat so it won't stay in my freezer. It's a lot of meat. Now this was a Thursday, so it was a regular homeschool day. If the kids had questions, they would come up and ask me. And my little baby was ready for his nap. So he was crawling around my feet by then, trying to get me to pick him up. He was ready for bed. And our mama was ready for a cup of coffee. Yep. Baby asleep, baby monitor on. Time to get back to cooking. chunk of pork my husband has brought home. I'm just defrosting it there. And this recipe is actually really popular in my family. It is the braised red potato. It's always a hit. It's gone in hours. I don't think I've ever had it left over overnight. So I cut up that pork into big chunks, and I always use olive oil. I have tried grapeseed, I've tried avocado, but for some reason I always go back to olive oil. So that's what I've been using in all these videos. Now this recipe is really popular. I got this recipe from Andre's mom, and I've eventually just combined a couple recipes and made it my own. Now, you don't always have to use meat if you prefer to eat it without meat. I've made it like that plenty of times. Just add a bouillon of some sort and it'll taste just as good. Now this pepper paste I do keep in the freezer. It will just last much longer that way because I don't obviously use a lot of it at once. Now the trick to not making the potatoes soupy is do not cover the potatoes with water. Just maybe, I don't know, 3/4 of it. And add some sort of a starch. I'm gonna add cornstarch in a second here. Potatoes take a lot of salt, more than you think they will, so definitely do a taste test and make sure the seasoning is on point because that's exactly what the potatoes will taste like. So while the potato is finishing up the cooking, I'm just going to quickly finish up the dishes I have laying around. That way we can get going on dinner and I don't have all these extra pile of big pots and pans laying around. And of course, every time you use meat, you would want to clean it up real well. So it's been about 25-30 minutes. It really depends on what type of potato you're using. That's how long it usually takes for mine to finish cooking. And here it is. I am just taking some out for Andre to take on his road trip. So Andre goes out of town twice a month, so usually when he's leaving, I tend to pack him a few days worth of food to take with him. So let me know down in the comments below what you think of this type of video, if you would like to see more or not of these type of videos. Let me know. No hard feelings, trust me. This food I packed for his last trip. The pork and beef brisket was passed along by a friend, so thank you for that. I'm sure he really enjoyed that. This rotisserie chicken we bought at Pig Out, not far from our house. It's very similar to how he makes it at home, So he prefers that chicken over the store-bought one. Couple of fresh house salads. So for the eggs, he prefers to boil it himself so he could eat it while they're still warm. Sad story on the grapes. My kids devoured them. And of course, the munchies. And that's a wrap on this video. I appreciate you staying with me and cooking along. Hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching.